real happy about. The Magic.
A few royalty issues that they had to address.
They had to change their name.
Eddie Gill, Steve, did not take a field goal attempt in that first quarter. And as we mentioned, we saw Andres De Leon get off to a good start after his great game last week. You would have thought you would have tried to find a way to get Eddie Gill involved. Perhaps we give a little bit more credit to the Gold Coast Blaze, their defensive effort to deny him those opportunities in that first quarter.
Well, he only had one score in the first half of their game against.
At the buzzer of the halftime siren, he knocked down the 3 and then reeled off 27 in the second half.
Cedar steps behind the three-point line. He's not going to miss many of those. And that is the 4th interior pass into the high post that has been deflected of the Blaze.
Steve, there's a lot of similarities between these two teams statistically as well. Both teams are averaging 85.8 points per game. And both teams shoot at 38%. 35% from the three-point line. So a lot of similarities about the way they play and the tempo they want to play at.
Well, they want to get plenty of opportunities. And man, how fast did the game start? I don't think there was a possession that lasted longer than 8 seconds.
They didn't trouble the 24-second shot clock too much.
Well, you get 8 seconds to get the ball past half court, and they were getting it off. They're getting shots off before the 8 seconds would go off.
It's an exciting way. It's a great game to watch when it's like that. Can get a little sloppy when fatigue kicks in.
Cedar waits for the ball screen.
Little zone defense here by the Blaze.
Cedar puts it on the floor. Crawford. Just before the shot clock expired, here comes Mark Worthington. Hudson back to Worthington. He's trying to get himself involved in the game. He does just that outside the three-point line.
That's his first field goal. He's 1 of 2 overall. 1 of 1 from the three-point line. He'll be looking to get himself back on track offensively as well. He's been solid leading the team in points, but only shooting it at 38% from the field and 26% from the three-point line.
Worthington.
And that's just a forced bad shot by Mark Worthington.
Well, the zone so far has done a good job at stagnating Townsville. Cedar, extra pass to Mims. He's been quiet.
That shot just a little out of the comfort zone of Mims. Come on.
Not out of the comfort zone it is. Peter Crawford hits a long-range bomb.
Tough shot, mate. Looked pretty easy by Peter Crawford. And Jason Kadee shows the left, goes right, and gets it to the rack for an easy 2.
Jason Kadee showing a little muscle definition. Looks like he spent some time in the weight room in the offseason.
Little being the operative word, Steve.
He's still got a ways to go. Mims again from the same spot. Hudson bails him out there.
You know, that's a bad foul when you've got Mims. He's out of his comfort zone, a little bit beyond his range. And you just want him to be able to shoot over the taller guy. Hudson comes out, and he's doing the right thing, trying to put the pressure on the ball. There you see it. Then he goes forward and just clips the elbow. And it really isn't necessary with a guy like that. If he makes the shot stepping back, shooting over a 6'9" guy, you shake his hand and say, well done.
Exactly. Now he goes to the foul line, and the good players can get a little confidence and a little rhythm by picking up one they probably feel like they shouldn't have gotten. And then all of a sudden he's feeling more confident. And we've seen what he can do when he's feeling comfortable in a game. Mims makes it a 3-point game. Just under 7 to go here in the second till halftime.
Little three-quarter press. Fall back into a zone as well by the Crocs on the made basket.
Harvey comes up short with his patented floating to the side. How many people can do that? Cedar stays in bounds and drills the three. And they were working on that before the game, popping out, catching the basketball behind the three-point line from the baseline. Pays off, ties the ball game up at 27.
They don't shy away from it, do they, Steve? Their three-point, they had a little run in the first period where they missed 4 in a row, but they haven't changed their game plan. They're sticking with it, and it's paying off. 5 of 10 from the three-point line now for the Townsville Crocs. They're only 41% overall, but that very healthy 5 of 10. And I mentioned the 35% from the field overall, from the three-point line overall by both these teams. That's not a bad shooting percentage from the three-point line. When you consider you get that extra point for it.
I don't know how that's a foul on the defender.
From that angle, I agree with you.
Well, that's what he did. He did that, and that's what I've been doing.
And again, you can see Mark Worthington just sporting the Movember and just expressing himself with his moustache. A little Chopper Reed style down the side. An offensive ball on a free throw. That's inexcusable for the Crocs.
Cedar in a bit of trouble. Throws it right to Worthington. Worthington throws it upstairs to Petrie, and there's a turnover when they had numbers. 4 on 2 and turned it over. Doesn't have to be a great pass. Just throw it in the vicinity. Is that open?
Turnovers for both these teams an issue. They're both on 7 at the moment.
Cedar with a tough ball back. Steps back, falls away, hand in the face, and he makes it a one-point game.
Normally, you'd say, is that really necessary to take that such a tough shot after only one pass? But that's the way these teams play. They're both very aggressive on the offensive end, and that looked like a little over and back as well. Petrie flashes a 3.
His foot was on the line. Only because we're sitting right at half court.
You had it, Steve. I wasn't paying that closer attention, but not a lot of complaint from any of the Crocs players.
Cedar has already taken a tough step back 3. He must be feeling it.
Not only is he feeling it, Paul Wolford knows he's feeling it. He's giving him the green light too. He didn't bat an eyelid with that very, very tough step back 3.
He must have the fluorescent green light. Paul Wolford doesn't like it, but I'm sure it'll turn it around. 33-29. We'll be back.
Dry off like never before. Sing. Stick to your lane. Listen.
Triple J.
Slurp. Or pass the pump like never before. Because Ford now has a range like never before. Take this Focus Ambiente manual, Bluetooth, voice control, and 5-star ANCAP safety rating. $29.90, drive away. Never had a test drive before? Maybe now's the time.
Okay, switching everything, all right? This out of bounds play. If they double stack 5-1, 4-3, that's that double screen, all right? 5s, the bigs helping the bigs, guards helping the guards. Don't switch it, no. Bigs helping the bigs, guards helping the guards. If they go 5-4 wide, watch them diving the guy in over the top. They spread out, dive in over the top, all right? Let's get a stop here. We need to get in transition. Get in transition.
Well, Joey Wright with a 4-point lead over the Crocs. This tempo, boy, it's fast, and this tempo is not exactly perfect. Seeing a lot of turnovers in the game so far. This is one of these games that you just spin on its ear and could turn out anyway.
And when you play this tempo, you are going to be more susceptible to a few more turnovers, but a couple of the Crocs turnovers have been a little bit more expensive because they've led to some easier transition baskets by the Blaze.
Holmes in a mismatch, shoots it over Harvey. Nice tip by Mark Worthington. Once it hits the rim, it's live, of course. De Leon, with his speed, gets to the rim, misses the layup. Crawford has it knocked away from him. Blanchfield has it knocked away. It's still loose. Good hustle from Gibson. Worthington comes over the top of a couple of Crocs.
The thing about the way these two teams are playing, Steve, is you don't have to play defense for very long. Because you're out here only 1 or 2 passes. It puts a lot more pressure on your basic man-to-man guarding the ball defense. And a lot of shots coming off the dribble.
Gill comes and gets the basketball from Jacob Holmes. He didn't look all that comfortable out there. Crawford. Holmes puts it on the floor. Can't get past Worthington. Shot clock expires. Good defensive stance from the Rollers. Let's have a look at that. What I thought was a backcourt violation. Let's look at the foot.
One that's got away to the Crocs.
Yeah.
Steve, Eddie the Thrill Gill, he's still yet to take a field goal attempt.
Nice pass in the Petrie's reverse layup. Missed opportunity. Gill decides to come to. Can't get the 3 ball to go. Gibson. Extra pass goes to Worthington. De Leon trying to get his star involved. De Leon standing on the line as he knocked it loose.
The way these teams are playing, just going up and down, 1 or 2 pass, spraying it up, it kind of, you got that feel of a really highly talented, sophisticated game of pickup ball. Going out there, not a lot of structure, get it to someone, let it do their thing.
Cedar, he's not shy outside the 3-point line, and why not? When you shoot it like that, now it's a 1-point game as Michael Cedar continues to get the green light from the perimeter. De Leon gets the push.
That's his 11th point, Steve. A very, very respectable 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. And just the way he's so aggressively looking to score the ball every time he gets it, you know he's seeing that ring like a hula hoop.
He is super quick. I mean, he is blowing by good defenders.
It's the step back. Oh, you talking about De Leon?
Talking about De Leon. He's going against Brad Robbins from Perth. He's going against Adam Gibson in training. And, you know,
Eddie Gill showed last week he's no slouch on the defensive end. Did a good job on Paddy Mills. Peter Crawford throughout the course of his career being renowned for being one of the better defenders.
Very long and athletic. Gill goes right at Worthington. And that's what you try and do. You try and go at the slower guy that just can't allow yourself to be trapped consistently like that against their extended pressure. And that key guy, Worthington, Blanchfield goes upstairs and makes sure it's not a dunk. And Townsville continue to struggle with that extended pressure. For one, that guy ought to be running the baseline, and 2, he only took up about 2 seconds.
Well, I think was there a violation, Steve, or there was a reason why he couldn't run the baseline? But regardless of that, the inbounds pass, the sloppy bounce pass, trying to throw that in, that was never, ever going to get there.
2 shots. 2 shots.
Joey Wright wanted the 2 to count, thought it was goaltending. I think he legitimately went up there and just caught that attempted dunk.
It was a great recovery by Blanchfield. I think he knew before it was even intercepted that the ball was going to not make it to its destination.
It was like one of those block shots where the guy jumps before the offensive player actually gets up in the air. Towns will struggle to get it in again. Cedar, my goodness. Paul Wolford again doesn't show any bad body language like he didn't like that shot. De Leon, no call.
And again, De Leon was the one who instigated the contact. He stepped back and flopped back, tried to get the call, but excellent officiating that time.
I like that no call. I don't think just because a guy reacts, you got to blow the whistle every time. Gill will step around, can't get it up and over the rim, though.
We saw a lot of that last week as well from the Thrill. But great body control. Steve, he has played with the Milwaukee Bucks, the Seattle Supersonics, the New Jersey Nets, the Indiana Pacers, and the Portland Trail Blazers.
He's been around.
And a few stops throughout Europe as well. So he's got that very mature game. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. And he's fearless in the crisis. Great pickup. Paul Wolford's done a fantastic job of picking up 2 quality players to come into the NBL in Mims and Gill.
You don't get picked up that many times if you don't have the ability to just come in and play well under any circumstances.
And look at the man. There's not a drip of fat on him. And he's got spectacular arms.
Bowling, flashes to the rim. Puts the reverse layup up. Run the baseline. Tell Mike Juniors that.
On that inbounds, he had the right to run the baseline, but they're panicking. They're just trying to get it in quick under any circumstances. We've yet to really identify any rules that the Crocs have to beat this press. It's almost like it's random, and it's not working at the moment. 10 turnovers.
Garland into the game. Sorry, Andrew. Skip pass way in the air. Golding's got to get one up. No, it's got 9 seconds. Shoots it anyway. I thought the way he was trying to get that thing off, I looked up at the shot clock. There was still 9 seconds ago. Townsville get it up, but they still look like they're panicking. And give the Gold Coast some credit with their extended pressure has really rattled Townsville.
Green 10.
De Leon with the foul. Just a little bit too much pressure on the ball that time, and he checks out of the game. De Leon's second personal foul.
No coincidence that he knew his team was in the bonus when he played for that foul. A little bit more acting than he would do if his team wasn't in the bonus. He gets the call. Misses the first. Gets the second. The lead is 5 for the Blaze. Garland tries to get all the way to the rim. The tip is missed by Stephen Hoare. Block shot by Vanderjagt. And the save by Cedar. Gill in transition. Holmes trying to get it to Vanderjagt, and he's held by Golding.
They saw the mismatch, and good heads-up play by Jacob Holmes. Golding trying to guard Vanderjagt, the high-low. Take a look at the replay. Down low, there's Golding. Just step in front, called for the holding/blocking foul.
Townsville getting back into the game from the foul line. Third straight possession where they've been sent to the foul line.
They're 6 of 8 from the foul line, and the Blaze have shot themselves a little bit in the foot from the foul line. They're, at the moment, 8 of 14. So free throw attempts going the way of the Blaze.
Kadee can't get his floater to go. Gill. Use the screen, turns the corner, and go to the foul line.
Stephen Hoare not quite in position there, and Gill does a good job to let the referee know that he didn't quite have a position. See him just running side on, and he careers into him.
Well, Joey Wright wants that call down there, the one that De Leon didn't get.
That is true, but I don't think Joey Wright's got a whole lot to complain about the way the officiating's been going tonight. He caught some breaks early on.
Oh, didn't he?
So, like you said, Steve, they generally even themselves out, but I didn't have too much of a problem with that call right there. Eddie Gilt calmly comes in and...
Yeah, he does have to wear that one. Good point.
Squeaks one in.
30 seconds to go here in the second. Gibson gets all the way, draws the contact, puts it off the window, goes to the foul line to complete the three-point play.
A lot of it coming off the penetration. Not a lot of ball movement and not a lot of movement away from the ball tonight. It's just one or two passes and whoever gets is penetrating. When they go have a look at their zone defense to try and contain the penetration, they splash the threes. So it's not a really highly sophisticated strategic game where you're looking at the X's and O's and how you deal with it here, there and everywhere. Just coming down to a lot of your basic fundamental skills and how you're going to guard the ball handler.
Contain the dribble. Now that is about the most important thing that you have to remember in basketball when you're defending. Jacob Holmes gets tied up with Will Hudson. Alternating possessions goes in favor of the Gold Coast Flames.
And as we speak in the Heritage Ground, and we touched on a little bit last night about some of the rule changes that have taken place over the years. I don't like this one, Steve. I don't like it when a little possession arrow tells you who's going to get the ball in a disputed call.
Hold your pick, screen.
Well, I just think it's pretty easy to throw the ball up about 9-10 feet.
Have him tip it.
Gibson wants the ball to be wiped, but wipes it on his pants, which are probably wet anyway. He wants the last shot, of course. Gibson turns the corner, draws the D out. Gets a good look for Jason Kadee at the three-point